2. Morning, happy Sunday. Commuting today, so a little bit of an odd commute, commuting back home. Mrs. Buckeye and I went to, she came up and picked me up Friday night. We went to the Hurricanes Sharks game, hockey game here in Raleigh. Tremendous game. I have never seen, I've watched a lot of hockey. I used to have minor league season tickets in Pensacola, but I've never seen a team score an open net goal and lose. I'm sure it's happened. I've just never seen it on any game I have watched. I think they said it happened 3 times already this year, so I know it happened. But Canes were down 3-2, pulled the goalie. Sharks hit in an open net with about a minute 37 or so left. Sebastian Aho.
In 1,000 feet.
Sebastian Aho got it back to 4-3 with like a minute and some change. Well, maybe a minute 37 left. It might have been about 2 minutes. It was 4-2. Then Martin Necas scored with 11 seconds left to tie the game at 4. It went to overtime, and Martin Necas scored again 50 seconds into overtime to win 5-4. What a game. We had a blast. But we were out late. Both really tired. So yesterday was a chill day. But anyhow, not what I wanted to talk about. Just wanted to, I guess, tell you why I'm commuting home on a Sunday. So anyhow, I'm smoking some Green River Vanilla. Luke Reisner and I were talking about this Cincinnati Piper, so I got a tin of it and see what I think. So far, so good. It smells like chocolate in the tin to me, but it's a little wet. But you could hear it in the pipe, kind of sizzling. It's kind of deep, but it smokes cool. It's a little misleading because on Smoking Pipes on the ad, it says it's burley, has burley in it, but then you scroll down to the bottom and it's just a black Cavendish blend that's topped with vanilla. It's really good. It's sizzling in there. Puts out a lot of smoke, which I like. Tastes good. Might be one I put in the rotation. Anyhow, I wanted to do a story. I guess this is a Buckeye 80s, growing up in the 80s. Although parts of this may have occurred in the early 90s. It was an 80s thing. The statute of limitations has expired for this, so I am comfortable to share it with you all. Growing up, look at all that smoke. This thing will put some smoke out. Growing up in Ohio, in the mean cornfields of Ohio, small town Ohio outside of Columbus. Not a lot to do. We had the lake, so in the summer we would fish, or if somebody had a boat, we'd go for a ride. But in the fall and winter, you know, we played sports, of course. But when that wasn't going on, wasn't a lot to do. Go to Indian Mound Mall and go to Indian Mound Mall. Oh, there went all my water. Oh, that sucks. Go to Indian Mound Mall, watch movies, cruise the food court, look for girls. I think at one time I've done a video and talked about the sober skipper. So, yeah, we were a little bit delinquents in the terms of, we were good kids, but a little bit delinquent in the terms that we like to have some drinks on a weekend. But we were smart kids too. So one thing that we never did was never drank while driving. So we took turns, what we called the sober skipper. And if you were sober skipper, then you were gonna basically be the designated driver for the night. And I don't recall how this started.
Turn right on Page Road.
I keep turning this thing down and it keeps turning it back up to 6. It's kind of weird. Not 100% sure how this started, but you know, we decided
in 1.6 miles
at some point
turn left on US 70 West.
We were going to start collecting reflectors, and these are the reflectors that people buy. You know, they're the plastic stick reflectors with the red or the blue, or we even found a couple purple. Those were hard to find. But you know, people use them to mark their driveways and such. And I guess it was stealing. They weren't ours, and it was property that belonged to somebody else. So I'm not proud to say we took them, but we took them. Again, statute of limitations is up many years on this. And my friend at his grandma's house had this downstairs that he kind of made into like a hangout place for us. And down there was this empty area, kind of, and I don't think it was under the steps, but just big empty area that was behind, you know, we had hung up some flags and different stuff. It was behind all that. So we could store the reflectors in there and nobody would see them. And this went on and on, probably a couple years. And we had, when I tell you we had hundreds of reflectors, we had hundreds of reflectors. Hundreds and hundreds of reflectors. In fact, I don't think it would be wrong to say we probably had 200 or 300 or more. A lot. I mean, armfuls of these things. So one night we decided we're done collecting these things. We're going to use them. So we were going to TP a friend's house, whose her house we hit quite a bit. It was out on Lake Road. Dark, quiet, not a lot of neighbors. Easy to get in and out to TP. But we're TPing and we're planting these reflectors in our yard.
Turn left on US 70 West.
All throughout our yard. All over. Hundreds of these reflectors. You know, the next day we've had people come and tell the family that when they turned the corner onto Lake Road and their lights hit all those reflectors, it was damn near blinding to them that the reflectors would shine like that. I mean, it was, again, hundreds of them. Can you imagine turning and your headlights hit somebody's yard? And it's, you know, Lake Road's an old dark road. It's a country road, man. It's not, there's not a lot of lights out there, right? There's no street lights, nothing like that. Can you imagine turning that and seeing like all those reflectors just glow back at you? That's what it did.
Turn right on
Again,
Road.
Stupid thing to do. Shouldn't have taken people's property. You learn these things as you get older and mature. Some of the hijinks is of getting these reflectors. I remember one time, you know, a lot of times we just try to slow roll up. Somebody roll down the window, grab it out the window, and pull it. One time we did that. We pulled one, and we were over in Thornport. Pulled one that was in a fence, and the guy looked out, and I looked in, and I was looking right at his face as we take his reflector and haul butt off into the night. Dumb, dumb, dumb. But that's what, you know, growing up in the cornfield, not a lot to do. will get you. Now, granted, that's some of the worst stuff we did as a kid, right? So it's not like we were doing drugs or smoking marijuana. We didn't do any of that. So all in all, we were pretty good kids. We just, you know, got a little stupid sometimes, and that was one time. So hopefully you enjoyed the reflector story.
In 1,000 feet.
If you have any other stories that are similar, would love to hear them. Don't recommend taking people's property. Oh, there's a reflector right there, and another one. Could have got them. I don't recommend taking people's property anymore. Not the right thing to do.
Turn left on Doc Nichols Road.
Anyhow, hopefully you enjoyed the story. Thanks for watching. Wash your damn hands. And we'll come back with another one here. Probably do a two for Sunday on the way home. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great day.